Hello and welcome back to the next video about economics versus the environment. We're still looking at conflicts, and this is part two of looking at a scramble for resources and the possibility of war. So, what would make countries choose this kind of scramble for oil rather than organized sharing? The main motive would be fear that they would get less than they wanted or needed out of an organized sharing system. The strong countries' populations probably don't want to have a lower standard of living so that a weak country can get enough oil. They would support their military grabbing it and making sure that their standard of living was protected. Economics might come into it too. There is a question for every country. If the price of oil goes up a lot as supply goes down, but demand doesn't, where will the extra money come from? For countries which already import more than they export, which includes the USA, or countries that already have a lot of borrowing, this is a huge question. If they just use their military power to take the oil, they would not need to answer it because they wouldn't have to pay for it. Since this is a life or death situation, the weaker countries are unlikely to do nothing. They will probably try to resist any takeover, not by open fighting against the winner, but by non cooperation, sabotage, and allying with other countries to strengthen their situation through better unity. And again, there is a bad scenario where the two sides fight over this. The war itself causes global warming to come faster, and both sides face the reality that there's nothing to fight over because global warming can't be stopped anymore. There's also a more optimistic picture, which says that as things get more and more dangerous, countries will realize that they have to work together and a solution will be found. Timing is everything. The optimistic solution is only optimistic if it's done before climate change is out of control. And this is the end, my friends. See you next time.